Hello folks and welcome back for Gate Fáilte Arash. In this lovely video we're going to go for a case study which is really important for our H1s and our H2s. So a case study just means we're going to take something that's quite contemporary and we're going to put it in, and to be honest it kind of creates the illusion of a really well structured essay if we're able to say something happened to somebody in this. So let's have a look at our case study in this. So do you need all of this? Absolutely not. Don't be afraid to kind of whittle it down. Don't be afraid to kind of make it short and simple, and again take control of what you want to learn as a Leaving Cert student. This is not going to be an examination of all my material. So look at this as being 200%. You now get the lovely task of actually saying I'll use this, I'll use this, I'll use this, I'll use this. I'm not using that, I'm not using that. Thanks Michal, that's great, but I'll use this. So take control of your studies as a Leaving Cert student. So let's have a look at a case study for our crime essay. So díostaíocht, which is unemployment, díostaíocht, unemployment. Oh, and don't pronounce your FHs. FH in Irish is always silent first. Buchtanacht, poverty, and druggy, drugs. Is iad seo na cúisina? Well, let's go for the na cúisina, right? The causes na cúisina. Is iad seo, these are na cúisina, the causes, and then le haghaidh cóiriúlachta means for crime. So le haghaidh cóiriúlachta. Cad faoi na daoine iad féin. This is a nice question, and again I've used this in the homelessness essay as well. Cad iad or cad faoi na daoine. Cad faoi means what about, and then na daoine, the people, iad féin, themselves. Same structure as English. I'm going to add in a word because this word really hasn't kind of come up as an essay title, so I'm going to get you to just underline this for me. The word Saoránaigh, what word can you see in Saoránaigh or Saoránaigh? What's the first four letters in that? So the first four letters in this are actually Saor, meaning free. So a Saoránaigh is a citizen or literally a free person. So Saoránaigh is the plural form. So citizens, atá, who are, and gone, without, dóchas, hope. So gone dóchas, without hope. We've got andúlaigh. Now I'm just actually going to pop a little bit of green on this for you instead, right? So we have gone dóchas, without hope. Now let's go for this. Andúlaigh, addicts, atá, which means who are. And arbish means ecstatic, delighted. Druggy a cheannach. Now here's an example of your infinitive in Irish. Druggy a cheannach. So we have the word druggy and we have the word a cheannach. Let's go for a cheannach first. A cheannach means to buy. A cheannach, to buy. And we just put drugs in front of it. Druggy. So to buy drugs, druggy a cheannach. So who are, atá, arbish, pumped, excited, druggy a cheannach, to buy drugs. And we have this word here, cos bhaintear, which you've seen in Spalpín Fánach. I'll explain in a second. Cos bhaintear is the working class, right? So cos bhaintear, the working class. And again, atá, who are, and we have ag marachtáil. Ag marachtáil means getting by. It also means struggling to survive, ag marachtáil. Now, ag marachtáil ar an gconcuid, if you put this phrase together for your examiner, ag marachtáil, struggling to get by, and then ar an gconcuid means on rations, on scarcity, on scarce food. So ar an gconcuid. Now, the word cos bhaintear means working class in Irish because when you are working, where do you spend most of your time? You spend most of your time ar an chus, on your foot or on your feet. So cos bhaintear means people who are always on their feet, people who are constantly working. I'm sin an daoine seo bailach topic chun airgid a hiarthú. Let's go for the first part here, right? Na daoine seo, these people, and then I'm sin means find or locate. Any of those will be perfect. So remember, Irish is a verb first language, so you're going to put your verb first. You're going to say I'm sin na daoine seo, these people find. Bailach topi is a quick way. Bailach topi, a quick way. And then we have an infinitive. We have that lovely word here, chun, meaning in order to. Let's have a look at this. We have arrogant And we have this word here called ahirhu, right? Let's go for ahirhu first. Ahirhu means to earn. So ahirhu, to earn. And whatever you want to earn is going to go in front of it. So arigid ahirhu, to earn money. Now you can bring it together. Con, in order, arigid ahirhu, to earn money. Glach sé dún waru tobastach. Now glach sé, it took. So glach sé, it took. Dún waru tobastach. Now tobastach is like horrific or awful. And dún waru is murder. So dún waru tobastach, the horrific murder on dinna og of a young person. So dún waru tobastach an dinna og, the horrific murder of a young person. Chun achar hulia an phobal gwil droch chal Éireann. Now let's go for that word chun, right? Chun means in order. We had it up here a couple of seconds ago. So we've got an infinitive in order to do something. So let's have a look at the infinitive. Achar hulia an phobal. Now achar hulia an phobal. It means to make the public see. To make the public see. Another way of saying it is like to make the public understand. Chun achar hulia an phobal. Now what it really means, you've got the verb chur, which means put. You've got sulia, which you are right. Sulia are your eyes. So in order to put it on the public's eyes, in order to make the public see, in order to make the public aware, that's that phrase. It's a really nice key H1 phrase that we can use. Chun achar hulia an phobal. In order to make the public see, in order to make the public understand, or in order to make the public understand. Go will. Now let's go for the first part here, right? Go will means that there is. So go will, that there is. Droch Kyle, bad fortune, a bad name, a bad reputation. Droch Kyle, and then Éireann on Ireland. Mariu an dinne og, remember Irish is your verb first. So we're going to say the young person was killed. We need to take that was killed, Mariach, and put that at the start of your sentence. So Mariach an dinne og, the young person was killed. Mar Yael Air. Because of. Due to. Any of those would be perfect. So Mar Yael Air, because of fiachemora. And the word for fiachemora is big debts. And remember, in Irish, we put the noun first and then we'll put the adjective. So we're quite like French. We'll put the noun first and then we put the adjective. So fiachemora, fiach is the word for debts and mora means big. So debts, big. But we swip it around in English. You're a little bit backwards in English. Úsáid na rugaí go mí ghlachach. Now, úsáid na rugaí, the use of drugs. And go mí ghlachach, illegally. And you can see the word glachach in there. So go mí ghlachach, illegally. So let's bring the sentence together for you, right? Mario and dinne oig, the young person was killed. Mar Yael Air, due to, number one, fiachemora, big debts, and you can stop there if you want it, or you can keep adding on a little bit more. And úsáid na rugaí, the use of drugs, and then you can add on go mí ghlachach as well if you want to put that on at the end of it. The parts that I have here in grey, right, I actually really like this phrase. Bhí sé i muí air. Bhí sé i muí air means it was known about. So if we say bhí sé i muí air on dinne, it was known about the person. It was known of the person. Or you could even say it was rumoured of the person. That'll work perfectly. So, bhí sé i muí air an dinne, it was known of the person, it was said of the person. Gur thug sé ledine. Now, gur thug sé means that he gave. So, gur thug sé ledine, that he gave. Now, ledine is the word for tips, hints, tip-offs. And then do, to, the, gardi, shiakana. Same structure as English. And then we're just going to finish off with a little comma, which means as well or also. Now, this word here that we have is sainta. Sainta is the word for innocent. It's nice and short and simple, isn't it? Sainta. Now, na biu means do not be. Na biu. And you can see the word be. Bi fada in there. Bi fada meaning to be. So, na biu sainta. Do not be innocent. Is féidir leat druggy at all? Let's go and get you your infinitive. We love an infinitive. They're everywhere in Irish. So druggy at all means we've druggy and at all. At all means to get druggy, drugs, to get drugs. And then the first part of your sentence is féidir leat. You are able. You can. So is féidir leat, you are able, druggy at all, to get drugs. And then the word go furtheste means easily, simply. Now I know you know the word simply, and I know you know the word éasca, don't you? So if you know the two of those, go furtheste is the one that will make you stand out. And if you feel like you can add on a little bit more, let's go for it. Or gan stro bi. Now here we have the word gan, without, stro, hassle, and bi means whatsoever, at all. So gan stro bi, without hassle whatsoever. Heroin, that's grand. And cocaine, that's grand. And then we need our verb, because Irish is a verb first language. So tá, are. So tá, heroin agus cocaine, heroin and cocaine are, and á, núsáid. I love these in Irish because they're actually very, very simple, and I guarantee you very, very few teachers will actually teach this. Do you see the word á means being? So the a fada means being, B-E-I-N-G. Á, núsáid, being used. So á, núsáid, being used. And then we're going to pop on the word go forleathan. Alright, now go forleathan means widespreadly. It's a nice way of saying everywhere. Go forleathan. And you can see the word leathan in there, which means broad, so broadly. Jago yoga on laying you, and this is the set phrase. We're going to use this because there's a lot of grammar in this that's quite impressive to an examiner. It means by, egg, by. And then Dagori Olga on lay in you, teenagers of today. Dagori Olga on lay in you, teenagers of today, today's teenagers. But it's got lots of grammar in there. Ní féidir achav, classic Michal phrase here, right? Achav, to argue, to claim, to attest. So it's an infinitive. And then the first part we have is ní féidir, you are not able. So put the two of them together. Ní féidir, you are not able. Achav, to argue, gur fáib na cathrachí, that it's a city problem. Gur fáib na cathrachí, that it's a city problem. And if you feel like you can add on a little bit more, you can add on the words ahilla, which means any more, any longer. Any of those translations are perfect. Rianta na faibe. I really like this. Very impressive. Those of you thinking H1s, H2s, do me a favour, will you throw a line underneath this one? Rianta na faibe means traces of the problem. It's a lovely tishel ginnelock in the second declension there. Beautiful. So rianta na faibe. You don't have to understand that, by the way. But traces of the problem. And now throw in a lovely verb. Are. Tá. So tá, rianta na faibe. Traces of the problem are le fecal. Now listen how this gets translated in Irish. Irish is such a structured, lovely language. Hopefully the colours can kind of show you how kind of structured it is with verbs and connectors, right? Le fecal means to be seen. To be seen. So tá rianta na faibe, traces of the problem are le fecal, to be seen, and go flúirseach means abundantly. Go flúirseach. So it's kind of the same as go forleathan that we used up here. So go forleathan and go flúirseach are two phrases that mean everywhere, every place, abundantly. You can mix and match those around. And then I'm going to finish off with a little ó cheann ceann na tír because it looks really nice. Ó cheann ceann na tír, that means from one end of the country to the other. It literally means count from the top of the country to the other top of the country. Ó cheann ceann na tír, from the head to the bottom, other head. Is faibi. It is a problem. Is faibi. It is a problem. And then we have the word atá. And atá means which is. And we're going to say in nach, in every, in each, and acma hoshilta, social class. Now be very, very careful. Acma hoshilta, social class. You cannot use the word rang, R-A-N-G, because that's a classroom. So we have to use acma for social group. Upper class, lower class, middle class, working class. Acma is what we use for class. And atá, which is enoch in every. So we have enoch. And then we have cairn, which means corner. Den means of the. And down means world. Same structure as English all the way through. Because Irish is very, very structured. Can we have a quick little pause for this? See that word atá? You see this everywhere in Irish. Every book, every paragraph, every page, every essay, every poem, every story. Atá. The problem is actually with English. Because this obviously, when I'm translating, this gets changed around so many times. You're like, oh, you're changing around translation of atá. It's actually not. So in English, you have 4 different words. You have who is, who are, which is, which are. You have 4 of those in your English language. Who is, who are, which is, which are. In Irish, every one of those is just the word atá. So think about it. This is the trouble with translating into English, because when we're translating, we have to kind of pick out, are you going to use who or which, and are you going to use your singulars, is, or are you going to use your plurals, are? And in Irish, we're like, you know what, atá does everything for us. So it's it's a bit of a magical word. So you just note the word atá. And every time you want to say which is, which are, who is, who are, it's just going to be one word for us in our lovely, lovely language. But Irish is a fantastically structured and simple language. It's just a shame we're not actually translating what the words actually mean. Once you do this, you can start making your own sentences. So let's go for this one here. Nihain Cower A. Nihain Cower A means it's of no help. It's no help. It isn't any help. Ain meaning any and Cower meaning help. So it's not any help. On Rialtas atá goin fui láthair. Now on Rialtas, the government, what have we got here? We have a little atá. So you'll have to think of the government who is, who are, which is, or which are. But in Irish, it's just going to be atá. So let's go for the government which is. And then fui láthair means kind of there at present. So atá again fui láthair, which is there at present. Fós and forbairt, I'll use the 2 of these interchangeably, because fós means growth and forbairt means development, and they both start with the letter F. So I always tend to use these as a set pair for alliteration. So tá, there is, fós agus forbairt, growth and development. And then here, have a look at this. Les sunru, listen now, this is translated. Les sunru means to be noticed. It's a past participle. Les sunru, to be noticed. And then aun just means there, or it means in it. Any of those translations are fine. Now, the last part is a nice set phrase. I'm going to use this in all of my essays. Níag dul le atá sé. It's not receding. It's not getting better. Níag dul le atá sé. So it's a problem that's not getting better. Now, you have your case study about the young person that was working and had big debts, using drugs illegally, and was giving tips and hints to Gardaí and all that. Like, you have an awful lot of material there. So please, please, please remember to just narrow that material down to what you find easy. So go through the paragraphs again, pull out your sentences, pull out your phrases, and then that is you with that done and dusted. You should not be learning off everything here. Right, nice, short, simple video coming up for you next. You were deadly. Going to be Moguf. Slán in ish.